Tubies, this is Psychic Bob. It is so rocking to be with you. Woo! I tell you, here we are Saturday, and it's been a while since we've had a Saturday night seance. As you know, I've been traveling and away. Psychic Bob's back, and I didn't forget. I'm so glad to be here with you. Before we get into everything, I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. We had our class, our initiation into the Order of Lord Melchizedek. And for those of you who have been following along the last 6 weeks, yesterday was the initiation. If you didn't get to see that and you're ready for your initiation, definitely see the video yesterday. For those of you who haven't followed this series, I now have on my channel page at Spirit Channel down at the bottom the playlist that has all 6 classes, so you can take your time and go through each video. And the 7th class is actually the initiation. So there's 6 classes and then the initiation class. So definitely check that out. As for certificates, you can now get your certificates at my website. Go to robert-hickman.com. When you enter the page, it'll take you to the new section. You'll see about Lord Melchizedek, and down there it'll say to get your certificate, click here. That'll bring up the certificate. You can right-click it, save it to your desktop, and print it out. Or I think you might even be able to actually print it out from that location if you can't save it. But definitely go over there, get your certificate. You'll have to pencil your name or pen your name in and the date you took your initiation. Okay, but you will have your certificates. Let me know if you have any problems with that. Well, I'm so glad you're here. Well, it's Saturday night seance. And you know, our seance is a wonderful time. It's when we get to gather to commune with the spirit world. For those of you who are new here, I am a trance channel, a medium, and I do trance work. And what that means is I settle down into a trance state, and spirit consciousness overshadows my consciousness, and they speak through my body. They use me as an instrument to bring their messages. So, you know, if you've never seen channeling before, kind of join around, just sit back and, you know, kind of just see what happens. We have a lot of fun here. For those of you who are worried, I don't experience any sense of fear or pain when I channel, but that's because I have developed a rapport with my spirit guides. I don't recommend people just jump into channeling. Channeling is something that takes time. It's about having a relationship with your spirit guides. So, you know, take your time if you're interested in channeling. You know, definitely there are books that you can study about it. Just look up books on channeling. One I would recommend is called Opening the Channel by Sonia Roman and Dwayne Packer. And I'll put links below for that. And you can also pop over to my website and get my book, which is, oops, I don't have it here. Here it is. Go to my website and pick up Messages from Rose. This tells about my early days of channeling and working with my spirit guide, Rose. So another book for you guys. Well, here we are, and it's Saturday. So I'm going to settle down. I'm going to go into trance, and we'll see what the spirit world has. I'll see you when I get back. Oh, this is Fletcher here. So good to be back with all of you. Well, might we say, all of you got a lot of soul glow going on there tonight. And you're looking beautiful, all of you. It's so wonderful to be here with you. Well, I won't stay long, but I wanted just to come for a brief moment and say good day to y'all, and hoping that you're having a most blessed time. We got a few people back here just itching to speak through, so I'll be stepping from the body. It has been some time since I have been able to come to you and to speak with you, but it is a great honor that you receive me. Many of you have called upon me and you said, Alfred,
I call upon you for help, and it is my honor and pleasure to be of service to you. There are souls here tonight who are questioning your own reality. You're saying to yourself, is there more than the material world? You've reached a point in your life where you've had success, you've had money, you've had women and fame, all of these things that bring pleasure to the earth, and yet it is not enough for your spirit. It is now that your soul is calling, for as you have enjoyed the pleasures of the flesh, you have denied food to your very soul. This is why I come to help you. I do not come to you with condemnation or judgment, for I myself very much live the earthly life in fullness. Indeed, I might even say excess. I come to tell you that the things of the world are very passing and temporary, and if you cling so very much to them, you will find that your soul is limited in its joy. True joy comes from knowing the higher power. It comes from understanding your higher self. Inside of you is a being of light. It is your true self. It is this self that has all knowledge, all power. Some of you who have no belief in the afterlife, some of you here have no belief in anything of the spiritual realm. And yet you cannot explain your dreams, your senses, your knowing. Some of you feel as if you have lived before. You have had experiences of going to places that you know you have never been at, and yet when you arrive there, you have an awareness that you know it as if it has all been before. This knowing is coming from your spirit. Your soul light has knowledge of all existences. And occasionally your conscious mind will understand that there is more than just this current reality. When you have these moments of clarity, these moments of breakthrough, these are the moments in which you can begin to understand that you are not only the body, you are spirit, you are soul. Today consider to look at your dreams. Many of you have had dreams where in your dreams you have said, I am not myself, I am another. You may ask yourself, how could I be another and yet know it? Some of you have looked within your dreams and seen that your bodies were different than your current earthly body, and you knew that it was truly you. How is this knowing accomplished? It is accomplished through the mind of the spirit. The earthly mind can only grasp material reality, but the soul of the mind can grasp spiritual reality. The spirit mind knows all and is conscious and aware of all levels of reality. It is not limited as you are in its vision. Its scope of reality extends beyond the current earth into the vast reaches of space. Yes, in fact, even to other worlds. Today we invite you to consider that your soul is more than just a figment of your imagination, that it has tangible substance, it has reality. It is the true you. Your body that you honor and protect so deeply and care for so very much. It is only a coat, it is a set of clothes that your soul wears to complete its journey on this realm. Someday you will shed that coat, and what will be left from you? You will either be a being of glorious light or a being of frightful darkness. Do not be as I was. Do not become a being of frightful darkness. I spent my life for the sole pleasures of the flesh. I gave no food to my very soul, and upon my death my soul emerged in a decayed and starved state. This is not a pleasant experience, nor one that I wish for any of you to experience. Today feed your soul, honor it. If you feel that you have lived before, say, I know now that I have a soul. Dare to consider that soul is with you. That soul that is within is your light. It will not only help you in the next life, but it will give you wisdom and power in this life. It is the true illumination of the mind, not the false illumination of the ego. The earthly ego is a light unto itself, but it is a temporary and limited light. The soul light is the true light, and it is that light that will shine through you. It is that light that brings peace. It is that light that brings knowledge. It is that light that brings joy. Embrace your true light and live eternally. Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. It is such a blessing to be here with all of you. I'm so very pleased with Alfred. He's making such grand progress over here. You know, I was very much like him, very much a soul steeped in ego and ignorance. We look upon humans with great compassion, for all of us who are guides have lived the earthly life. In fact, it is one of the requirements that you have at least one incarnation if you wish to do spiritual work. The good news that I have for all of you is that everybody here tonight listening, all of you are now qualified to become guides in your next incarnation, should you so desire. Please understand that the work of a spirit guide is very important, and it is never forced upon anyone. But if in your spirit, if in your soul you say, I want to help the suffering masses, I want to help humanity to come to this truth of the Spirit, then you may ask for your angels and guides to help you to prepare in this life to live the very best life you can, so that when you cross over to our world, you'll be ready to start your new life as a spirit guide. Now I know that there are some of you here tonight, and you have people in your own family who insult you. They say you're daft, you don't know anything, you're dreaming, you believe in this spiritual reality. Some of you have suffered greatly. Some of you have been abused for daring to say that you believe in God, that you believe in a spiritual life. Take heed, my dear. Jesus was very right when he said that if they hated him, they would hate you as well. Anyone who comes into the earth bringing the light and the knowledge of the true reality is often attacked. Often many turn against them. They tell them that they are not worthy of good life on the earth, for they are very ignorant. But the truth of the matter is that those of you who have faith in the spirit world, you are not ignorant, but you are the wise ones. There are many people, many atheists in the world who are trying to teach that if one is intelligent, one will abandon faith in spiritual truths. What do the atheists have to offer? Nothing but emptiness. All they say is that there is no meaning to human life, and then at the end you die, and you become nothing, and your consciousness fades to nothing. If you study the human condition, you will see that we are far more than simply material beings with no purpose. The fact is, you are each divine beings. You are children of the light, and you are here for a purpose, to help those who have forgotten the light, to help them find their way back. Today I encourage each of you, do not take to heart those who would suffer you, those who would persecute you. Know that if you are persecuted, that you are the children of light. It is a sign that your light is shining. If it were not so, you would not experience such hostility. Be of good cheer, do not give up, and do not say, well, I should abandon all this spiritual talk. After all my friends are atheists. You see, my dears, I ran with that crowd when I was on the earth. I thought, oh, well, I'll go to church for show, but I really didn't believe in all of it. Well, I suppose half believed, I should say. But you see, upon death, my arrogance and my ignorance were made very manifest. And like Alfred, When I left the body, I found myself a soul of darkness, in a place of darkness. You see, you will go to the realm to which you are most correspondent. If your soul strives for the light, you will be in the light. If your soul strives for darkness, you will be in the darkness. It really is very simple. Don't get hung up on religious rites and formalities. Don't say, oh, well, I went to church 5 times last week, therefore I'm going to heaven. No, my dears. Your church going will avail you nothing in the spirit world. Your light here is determined by your love. If you go to church out of true love for God and true love for your neighbor, then your church going is valuable. But if you go as I did for mere vanity, for mere show, if you go because some priest told you if you don't you'll go to hell, you're not acting in love, my dears. Remember, let love be your guiding principle. It will take you far in this life, and it will take you far into the spirit world, into the light. Alfred is doing so very well, and we're so very hopeful that of all those people that he reaches out to, that he will be able to help them awaken. But you need not die to be a guide, though it's true that the work we do is more fully manifested after death. You can begin being a guide here and now. Perhaps there is somebody who is a disbeliever, who mocks your spirituality. Perhaps share a kind word with them. Tell them of a spiritual experience you had. If you catch them on the right day, they might be open and receptive. And you'll never know, the very little seed that you plant now may someday bear fruit. You know, it's interesting, when I came here, my neighbor Madge, who I knew, was one of the very first people that I met. She said to me, Rose, I'm so thankful you made it to the light. And I'd realized that though I had neglected her and mocked her for her spiritual life, her very prayers and her words of knowledge did help me after death. My stay in purgatory was not nearly as painful nor as long as some, and this is because compassionate souls seeded the wisdom into my spirit. Be that light bringer to those around you. Oh, no, you don't have to be a big preacher and force your religion and your views. No, no. Simply practice kindness. Practice the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This will bring you much light and bring light to your neighbor. I hope that you will consider our invitation to become a spirit guide. If you start now, you'll have much, much joy ahead of you in this life, and certainly in the next. Thank you for receiving my message tonight. My name is Rose.
Well, Tubies, it is always a pleasure, an honor, a blessing to have the chance to come here and to be a channel. You know, I get as much out of the channeling as you do, because when the guides come through me, I am renewed in my body, my mind, my spirit. That connection with the spirit world invigorates me, empowers me, makes me whole. I hope that you'll take the time to connect with your angels and guides. I'm so honored to be here with you. If you enjoyed today's channeling, you might want to stop over to my website at robert-hickman.com. I'll put the link below. And at my website, I have a bookstore, and you can purchase this book, Messages from Rose. And that's a picture of my guide on the cover. And talks about my work as a psychic, as a medium. So I hope you'll check it out. I am so thankful for all of you. I love you guys. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming tomorrow on Sunday. As I like to say, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, we're going to try to get some river rocks. You remember a few weeks ago I tried to go and we had that big flood? We're going to try it again. And things seem to be drying out and it's beautiful weather. So we'll take a trip down there and see what there is to see. Thanks for being here at Spirit Channel. I love you all. I'll see you here tomorrow. Blessed be.